Hi everyone, and welcome to my project development pitch. I'm Anya King, and today I'll be discussing my grad project idea. I'll be working alongside Morgan Bull to create an installation based on the portrayal of women in film over the last century. Um, there'll be 6 rooms, and each room will be based on a different era. And we decided that we wanted to give the rooms a focus, and we did this by picking 2 films based in each era. We are primarily focusing on American produced films to help us narrow our concept even more. Our films are Iron Jawed Angels, Moulin Rouge, It Happened One Night, Gilda, Hidden Figures, Norma Ray, Thelma and Louise, Erin Brockovich, Zero Dark 30, and Casino Royale. We actually came up with this idea last year and we've been building on it ever since, although to begin with, we were going to focus more towards the Edwardian and Victorian eras, but decided that there was more for us to explore and reflect on over the last century. So, overall, the installation will be kind of like a museum walkthrough piece, but with different rooms for you to enter and interact with. Um, and we started to develop idea, and even though we liked the original idea, we did consider focusing the whole installation on feminism and the filmic history that goes along with that, because both Morgan and I are interested in feminism, and so creating an installation kind of around that theme seemed really exciting. However, the more we researched and looked into the feminist history and then the filmic feminist history, it just kind of became too broad and too large to manage. So we just had so much to say that we just we got sidetracked from the key points. So we decided that we couldn't move forward with the feminist idea. So we went back to our original idea, but we did decide to still keep ties to some feminist issues that are faced in the films that we've picked. And as our idea has progressed, we realised that we wanted to make the installation more interactive by using set design and costumes to create activities and make the information more interesting and make our event more memorable and impactful for everybody who comes. And what I mean by interactive is that we are planning to create a glass ceiling effect with the use of clear PVC and projections of water against them, to create an uncomfortable and kind of claustrophobic atmosphere to kind of represent the barriers and obstacles that women face when they're advancing in the workplace. Um, we are also planning to use a blackboard wall and chalk, not just to link to the film Hidden Figures, but we will also use this wall to get feedback from people in the installation. Um, we also want to record actors in the costumes and project the recordings of them onto the walls so that the people who come to the installation can see kind of how the costume looks and moves on an actor rather than just being on a mannequin on a set. Um, and obviously it's going to be quite a small space, so by using projections it will also be COVID friendly. Um, with the installation, I will be primarily focusing on costume, hair, and makeup. So I'm going to be working very closely with some AUB costume designers to recreate some costumes from the films listed earlier. And I will also be working towards creating my own take on how I would have dressed a character from one of the films in comparison to how the male director chose to dress the actress. Um, I'm interested in researching the male gaze and how that has affected the costume, hair, and makeup of the female characters. And when I create my costume design, I think it'll be really eye opening to see how sexualized women were made to look in the films by male directors in comparison to how the actual fashion was in that era. And even though I will be focused on costume, I will also have a hand in building our own walls for the rooms, so like the sets, which I think will be really fun and I'll learn lots of new skills. Um, as for my actual research question, I haven't actually settled on the wording because I'm not quite sure kind of what I want to say or focus on exactly. So I just feel like I have so much to say, I haven't really been able to narrow it. So any help in that area would be much appreciated. Um, I would also be really grateful for any articles or links on research for the male gaze, costume and film, production or costume designers that I can look at, and then any other feedback that you have would be really appreciated. So thank you so much for watching and thank you for your time.